This is the first amazing professional experience we've had. Like, can't say enough about this process, the people, the excellence, the professionalism. That's what you're gonna get. That's what you're gonna get. I'm Michelle de Blasio.
Jack Mitchell.
We're second married, so we met on social media, the internet.
Yeah, actually, yeah, online dating, which was
online
crazy.
dating, yeah. Is that right? Social media, online dating. 15 years ago, so
yeah.
We were married 12 years ago. We're going on 13. Yeah. This was, so Jack, jump in when you want. This was the home that he raised his 2 boys in. So when we married, we decided for their continuation of education and friends and familiarity, it was best we just stayed here. So I moved here. So we stayed
Michelle lives in New Jersey,
I lived in New
Hamilton, New Jersey.
Yeah.
So she was still working there. So, but she could still get to work from here in Bucks County. So it kind of worked out that way. This was the bigger home. We said, okay, we'll improve it and we'll make it ours. And that's exactly what we've done over the last, 10 years or so, yeah.
The whole time. It was a slow process, yeah. For me, I think for us, though, I could speak for us, my stepson, Jack's older son, married and had a baby. And, we're getting older, so we thought we might move into a different home, maybe a single story. But I think a lot of circumstances, our children now we have a grandson, the real estate market's really not that good. So we said, we're gonna stay here and let's just make this a little bit more accommodating for everyone. So there were some things we talked about over the years. I mean, our bathroom was, never had been remodeled. We always envisioned opening up the space in our dining room. And just a couple of the things that actually evolved as we started talking to LBK and the design team. So yeah, and it really was a great process for us. Do you want to think that was your work?
How did we find it? Well, they were originally located on 611, right? Weren't they?
They were.
But like kitchen and bath. And we had gone in there one time years ago, but it wasn't the same company, I don't think. And then when they moved over towards Peddler's Village, how did we find them?
We had passed them.
Yeah,
so even going to Lahaska.
Yeah, we had seen them on the corner.
And said, oh, right, that's the company that was on 611. I had gone in there years ago. It was much smaller. I mean, it was nothing compared to the current showroom. So I had just visited them, probably just looking around. Because again, over all these years, we'd always looked at what would we do to our home. This was just our moment to do it. And that's how we...
But I think we really liked the concept of the design and construction in the same outfit, instead of 2 different outfits doing it, 2 different companies. So that really appealed to us to have the design build together. And that way the company's, responsible for everything, so they really own it. And we were right, so LBK was phenomenal. They did everything exactly as they said. We loved working with the designers. Right? We love working with them.
Without a doubt.
And then even the contractors, the people in here were great. They were so respectful and nice.
It was amazing.
Yeah, we called them the kids, Alex, right?
We did.
Called them the kids.
Well, we called them our family too
Yeah,
at the end.
they were here for a while.
We were like, that's it, you're done. We were always, when they said they were finishing up, we're like, is that it? We're not gonna see you again?
Yeah.
So no, they came back a few times. But can I add that the fact that it's all in-house was a dream for us, because we had done, this was not our first rodeo, so to speak. We had done other work where we secured materials, we secured a contractor, we kind of did the design on a smaller scale, of course, right? But there was always something missing in that process, and trying to find someone you trust to build your vision is not easy, and we've had some bad experiences. So this was the ultimate experience for us because we had done this before on our own. And we didn't want that anymore. We wanted to sort of be guided through this process with professionals who actually could and would, you know, when you work with separate people, when things go wrong, you're like, who do I call? Do I call this person, that person? So with LBK, it's just one stop. It was, you know, Joe was our project manager. So anytime we had any issues, we spoke with Joe, and Joe would dispatch whoever was necessary. So, I mean, who wouldn't want that? Yeah, I mean, we can't say enough about that.
You know, I even said too, the sub-consultants, the subcontractors that LBK used, they were phenomenal and they were very respectful.
Very much so.
And it was kind of interesting, LBK had a little poster board
Yeah.
for the behavior and the etiquette for their subs,
Yes.
and they all adhered to it. They were great.
All the contractors did all the same things. They were very respectful that this was our home. They didn't just, they were, you know, they would always greet us. They would take their shoes off. They put protection materials everywhere. Nothing was harmed. This is the first amazing professional experience we've had, like to the point of, you know, again, as I said, the other times we hired this person, that person, you know, and they're not speaking. This was amazing. So, I mean,
Yeah, they were great.
11 out of 10, you know. We did a review too on Yelp, so. Yeah.
Oh, the one other thing, with the
We
designers, they came and we were at the
they
end.
always checked in on
And
us.
we showed, I said, this literally looks exactly like your design, literally to the T, you know? And that was kind of cool. You know, we got to look at it with them when it was done. So that was pretty cool.
Everybody came in and treated it like they knew it was someone's home that they lived in, and where do you find that? You know, where do you find that somebody would actually, again, we've just had other experiences.
Yeah, we've had
never to this level.
Yeah,
Never.
we had a really bad contractor one time about 6 years ago. It was a nightmare. So this was the complete opposite. Yeah, we're looking for that. So
yeah. Well, this was a big undertaking, as you know. We did multiple. We changed a large portion of this home, right? And this meant a lot. We did it right. We did not want anything to, you know, haphazard. We wanted it to be done. So right, and it was.
Yeah.
We had selected a wallpaper, and when it came in, they looked at it and said, yeah, you can't, this is not the wallpaper we expected for you to use. Let's choose something else.
Yeah.
So we were guided to, you know, and that happens. We were guided to make sure we were getting exactly what we wanted. Yeah.
Yeah, the subcontractor stopped his own work and said, I don't think you should put this up. And then we ended up getting different wallpaper, which you're looking at right now.
We had a lot of people on the team. If we look at the entire team, we had our design and materials, we had project management, we had subcontractors. People always checked in on us. They always said, how's it going?
Alyssa, designer, Roz, Joe was our project manager.
Alyssa stopped in, we weren't even here, so she stopped in. So the point of that is, she stopped in just to make sure what was going on and it looked good. She didn't worry that we weren't home. It wasn't to impress us. It was just, hey, I'm responsible for this and I'm gonna stop in. I know the owners aren't home. But we had people here that day, workers here. So she just came in. I'm like, you felt really cared for.
Can I tell you something funny? So there were a couple times where we got anxious and Michelle really got anxious, you know, a couple times through construction, and Alyssa was phenomenal. I even told Alyssa, you gotta come over.
And Roz, they both
came.
came.
They both came, but I said, you settle Michelle down. And they both said, everybody goes through this. Everybody gets anxious at some point during the project.
I think it was on that cabinet.
Yeah.
We weren't sure if those were the right knobs. And Roz is like, I'm gonna tell you exactly how this should work. And I'm like, good. So we were good.
But Alyssa actually came over a couple times and went through it with us, and then kind of calmed Michelle down. And I laughed and said, see, she needed you. So she was a calming influence for us, yeah. Alex and Ruan were both the carpenters working on the job with us. So sometimes they were together and sometimes they were splitting the work, but they were both very, very nice people.
Very experienced.
Very experienced.
And very meticulous.
Yeah.
When they did something, they made sure, both of them, that it was in the right spot, that it was secure, that it was what we wanted. We started, hey, let's talk about this. They do it and then show it to us. So it wasn't like they just came in, did something and left. This is just a unique experience, a unique process that LBK offers, truly.
Yeah, they were very detail oriented, so.
We couldn't say, and they
really
know
took
this,
pride.
we told them this during the whole process, so you can ask anybody back at the office. It was mutual admiration. We liked the team, they liked us, and you know, it was a good experience. It was a great experience, really, yeah. Oh, I love them all. Every time I go into one of the spaces, you know, sometimes you're in a rush, you use it, and then sometimes you stop and you admire it. And we moved our laundry upstairs, and I can't tell you what a game changer that's been for me, because we make most of our clothes, you know, all your dirty clothes are from upstairs, really. So having the washer dryer upstairs is phenomenal, and we just love everything. I love the mudroom. So our mudroom, let me talk a little bit about that. That was sort of an all-purpose room. It was everything. It was coats and jackets, storage, it was washer dryer, it was a sink. It was just too much. It was trying to be too much in one room, and having spent years trying to make it work, and it did, it worked. But now we've made 2 spaces. We've made a laundry area upstairs, and that's a dedicated mudroom for storage, for coats, hats. And Alyssa had recommended in the process, she said, I think when you walk into the room, you'll want a cabinet and a landing area. And I said, oh, Alyssa, I don't know, because I live with 2 guys. They'll come in and just throw things on that space, but she was so right. It's one of my favorite, that's one of my favorite spaces. That's really, and we love them all. I can't compare them all, but we're here, you know, when I first walk in, that's the space I use. And they redid our bathroom. It looks nothing like it looked. It looks nothing like it. It was just
Completely different.
Oh my gosh.
They moved the shower, they moved everything.
They moved everything. Our shower is
I think my favorite,
amazing, phenomenal.
favorite place is where we're sitting in our dining room. And when we first started, I thought that was a secondary room, like we weren't, it wasn't gonna be that important, but it turned out to be great. And they had it ready for us for Christmas, and we have
that was a big thing.
A Christmas Eve
Having it ready for
celebration.
Christmas, yeah.
So because it's open now from the kitchen, a lot of people were coming in here because the opening was closed, but now it's really open. It's inviting. It's really done the way we wanted it, and people, family, and friends were really using this room a lot more. So I was really excited about it.
We love it. It felt like 2 rooms before, and now with the opening, it feels like one continuous room.
Yeah.
So,
just a note, Christmas, we said to Joe, you have to be done. You have to get out of our way for Christmas Eve, because we had 30 people coming for family.
But that was the only reason. Had we not had company, they could have just continued to work. But our house is always the Christmas Eve house. It's been that way for years, so we kept the tradition.
But the point is, they did. They did what they promised. They got it done, and then they cleaned up for us.
They did.
And then came out back after the holidays and started upstairs.
That was the other thing too we didn't mention. They were very clean after, even at the end of the day, the end of the day's work, everything was cleaned up. There was no debris around. It was just, I don't know, I know we keep saying the same thing, and people might think, oh, they're exaggerating, but it's really true. They treated our home like we're still living in it, and that we still have to live in it through the process, and it was amazing. It was great. I can't compare it to anything. I've never had an experience like this, but I'll tell you now, we never want to have a different experience, because we're very fortunate.
The bar is high now.
Well, it was very professional, it was very professional, and really that's it, right? It's just, it's more comfortable for us living in the house. I don't feel that, oh, I wish this was a little different. That's done, that's gone, Our bathroom's been remodeled, our laundry's upstairs. We come in, we use that mudroom, and it's great. It's perfect for, our shoes. We have, we all come in from the outside. There's dirty shoes, there's wet shoes, and we change the flooring so that it can accommodate, any kind of weather. It's just comfortable, You know, my stepson is in carpentry as well, and he comes in, his shoes are from a work site, so he's got a spot right there for all his, whatever he brings into the house. So it's just more comfortable for the way we live in it.
We haven't talked about the powder room a lot. We have our
the powder room. I
I
forgot.
was
I don't know why I didn't mention that.
wasn't great, and
That's
it's
our
the
wow.
bathroom that
That's the
everybody
wow.
goes in. And now that LBK redid it, everybody is wowed by it.
Everyone
Because
went
we
in and
use
they're like,
wallpaper,
"Why'd you
we
do
use different colors, and that was in the design process with Alyssa and Michelle and some Roz. But yeah, it was
We
it's
said
pretty
we
cool
want to
looking.
do a moody kind of darker powder room, because even coming into the showroom, some of your restrooms in there that that you use for your clients, they were that way, and you had different themes. Or there was one really like 50s theme, and then one was just a very, I can't describe it, but Roz ran with that. I gave her a sample of wallpaper. I said, I've been looking at this wallpaper a lot, and I love this. And then she took it and ran with it, and that's how we created that powder room. And it's great, because it was
cool,
it was very plain oh my gosh, it was very plain vanilla. Now it's stylish and it's got character. Even the sconces that she chose were stupendous. I love the wallpaper. And when you're choosing wallpaper, as a matter of fact, somebody said, oh yeah, the wallpaper's beautiful. I never thought to use wallpaper, because I guess it could be scary. Wallpaper's more of a permanent application. But I loved this style, and I just wanted to make sure that it went with, that once you put it up, it wasn't like a pattern that you'd say, oh no, I mean, it couldn't be. I go in, so you asked me, I go in there sometimes, and I admire it. I do, like sometimes you're just using your space, and then you're like, I love this space, and I love that we chose that, and yeah.
Well, in the design process, I had my druthers about wallpapering that room and this dining room. This is
Oh, now
fabric
you're on a
wallpaper.
wallpaper kick.
Well, no, because I thought wallpaper was out, but Alyssa's like, oh no, it's coming back.
Yeah.
And, so yeah, I was pleasantly surprised with both rooms with wallpaper. Yeah.
That's easy. Do it. Don't hesitate. I mean, certainly do your homework, do your interviews, but you will never go wrong. I, again, can't say enough about this process, the people, the excellence, the professionalism. That's what you're gonna get. That's what you're gonna get. And if you're really serious about, the home, like we did a major makeover here. We did not want anything. We did not want mistakes or someone professing they could do it when they really couldn't. LBK is, head and shoulders above anyone else we've ever worked with. So.
Yeah, they're all very experienced. I mean, our project manager, Joe, was very experienced, and
Joe knows everything.
If we had a concern, we would just call him, and he had the answer, in an hour. He would call the carpenters or who to sub, and it would get done. So yeah, it was an interesting experience. It was different than what we're used to, but it was very professional, and I highly recommend it. It was really top notch.
Right.
Yeah,
and we looked at your gallery of photos. Those were beautiful. I mean, we looked at some of the homes you've done too, and yeah, it's great. So we can't say more.
Yeah.
We're not being paid to say this. We're not being paid to say this. This is just really from our heart. It was a great process.
But it wasn't even just a process. It was the people.
Oh,
right?
without a
It
doubt.
was the
Without a
people.
doubt.
Everyone was
Yeah.
phenomenal. Everyone was very nice, very professional, treated us great, and that was really important to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nice. It was like family.
It was like family. And we did a celebration at the end. So
Yeah.
I think that's important for folks to know, because I think your team feels that way about the project that they're doing, knowing that they've redesigned someone's lifestyle, and made a real important change to people, So we did a celebration. They came over and we had, drinks and hors d'oeuvres and whatever.
Well, even you two,
Dessert.
right? You both just said, hey, we're in your home, so we don't want to intrude on you. So
Yeah.
it seems to be a common theme throughout the whole company.
It is.
Everybody has that. Yeah,
Yeah.
been great. Highly recommended.
me get over it. Somebody help me, yeah. Somebody help me get over it. Somebody help me. Somebody help me get over it. Somebody help me, yeah. Somebody help me get over it. Somebody help me, yeah.